Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Heather.
And have you ever just sat back and gone, I gotta have a meatball? Have you? Well, get ready. You're gonna have one this time.
We're making spaghetti and meatballs.
They're good.
You know it is.
You're such a dork.
Why am I such a dork?
Because you're just weird.
Making faces in the camera.
All right, we're done. All right, so I got this recipe from a lovely lady that we went to church with. She's what you would think of when you would think of like that Italian mama. And she just had a fantastic meatball recipe, and she gave it to me, and she didn't give it to very many people. So what I'm going to start with is you're going to start with your bread. And I've taken, actually, this is our, actually not our, but the Big Family Homestead. It's their artisan bread. And I took it, and I cut the crust off, and I cubed it. And then you're going to put that in your food processor to make your own breadcrumbs. You have milk, you have, this is all of your spices, your basil, parsley, oregano, hot pepper flakes, pepper and salt is all in here. And then you have your Italian sausage, your ground beef, and your garlic. So I'll show you how to put it all together. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we've got our breadcrumbs all pulsed and food processed and everything. So we're gonna take 2/3 of a cup of milk, and we're gonna pour it into this and let it soak. All right, so I used whole milk in this. I would not recommend using like skim milk or anything. We don't like skim milk. Whole milk seems to work the best. You can also, like if you have Thrive Food, you can use their dehydrated milk and just reconstitute it and use it in this too, and that would be fine. But you're gonna let this sit for like 5 minutes and just let the bread get good and wet from the milk. Our breadcrumbs have soaked for 5 minutes, and all of the milk, if you look, has all soaked into them. So that's what you're looking for. So the next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna add your ground beef. And you're going to add your Italian sausage.
Man, that looks good.
Here are all of our herbs. We're going to put those in.
What's all in your herb pot there?
There is...
And the recipe will be in it, guys.
Yeah, we'll have the recipe down in the description box. It's parsley and basil and oregano from our garden. It has salt and pepper and some red pepper flakes. That was the garlic. The recipe that we have, I actually add a little more garlic because my family likes garlic. If you don't like it, then just follow the recipe as it is. And then we got 2 eggs that are going to go into it.
Farm fresh eggs.
Yes.
From our chickens.
Okay. Now, you can mix this with a spatula. But the best way that I found to do this is you got to get in with your clean little hands and you got to squish everything around.
Oh, yeah. No, this is not wussified meatballs.
No,
this is real.
Not wussified meatballs. This is just kind of move it around, squish it up. This is not for the squeamish. If you don't like being icky, then this is not for you. But they make fantastic meatballs.
Yeah, they do.
And you want to get all of that bread and all of that sausage and all that hamburger all incorporated well together. It's almost kind of like making meatloaf. All right, so we have our well-used, well-loved baking sheets, and we're going to take our meat, and we prefer them about kind of golf ball size. So you're going to make up your meatballs and roll them up and put them on your pan here. All right, so I've got my frying pans here heating up, and they've got some olive oil in it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put your meatballs in here, and it's about on a medium heat. And you're going to fry these to get them brown. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put them back onto these pans, and we're going to put them into a 400 degree oven to get them cooked all the way through. Alright, so just so you know, with cast iron will let you know when you're ready to turn something. If it's not ready to turn, it will stick to your pan. So you're going to turn these over, and really pretty. Look at that. You're going to cook them on the other side. Nope, that one's not ready. That one's not ready. Nope. Nope, that one's ready. That one's ready. Nope. 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 Oh, there we go. That one's ready. Alright, so as you can see, like these are not quite done in the middle, but they're nice and brown on the top and on the bottom.
Hold it still there, babe, so I can zoom in on it and catch it.
Okay, try it again.
Come closer. Can you come this way a little? Right there. See how it's not quite done yet, guys?
Yeah. So it's brown on the top and the bottom, but we're going to put them in a 400-degree oven for about, I don't know, about 30 to 40 minutes maybe, so that we can get our sauce made. So this recipe makes a lot of meatballs, and you can actually make them smaller than this if you like smaller meatballs, but I'm feeding a family of 6. So what you can also do with these is you can freeze them and then just reheat them, like thaw them out and throw them in your pasta sauce, or put them on a hoagie, or heat them up and do it that way. And they work really great that way. You just let them cool down, stick them in a freezer bag, and then throw them in your freezer. Alright, so now we are going to put our meatballs into our 400-degree oven, and then we're going to make our sauce.
Now this is a top secret tomato sauce recipe. Don't tell anybody.
It's actually really not that hard. It's a very simple recipe. So excuse our mess, but our cast iron has to cool down. You can't just let it, you got to let it cool down before you clean it, or it can crack on you. So what we're going to do first is we're going to put some olive oil in this pan, just enough to kind of coat the bottom a little bit. And then we are going to put our garlic, and our basil in here. And we're going to let that kind of heat up and infuse the oil with the garlic and the basil flavor, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so you can see it's simmering right now. So the next thing that we're going to add is I've got 2 24-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. And then we're going to put a little bit of sugar in it to kind of take the tartness of the edge off of the tomatoes. They can be kind of tart. Alright, we're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and we can adjust these at the end too, after the flavors have kind of mixed together. But you're going to let this simmer for, like right now I've got about 23 minutes left on my meatballs, so I'm just going to let it simmer for that long so that all the flavors can marry together. And then your next step is you're going to put your meatballs into your sauce, and so you can have that helps flavor your sauce, so it's not like just plain flat, pasta sauce.
It's not just boring.
It's not just boring. The meat gives it flavor. Alright. So. I burned my thumb. I need to kiss it. Make it better. It still hurts. He gets to try one of the meatballs before it goes into swimming in the sauce.
I'm the official meatball trier.
Yes.
Cookie trier, cake trier. Look at this. Watch.
Oh, angels.
Look at the steam coming off of that. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. I'm going to totally burn myself, and you get to watch.
Blow on it. Blow on it.
You got to eat that.
I don't need to.
That's awesome. A meatball right there. Oh, my gosh. Oh. The sausage shows up perfectly in the flavor. The spices in it don't overwhelm it. And with meatloaf, it can be too bready. This is not too bready. This is the perfect meatball. Be jealous.
Time for them to go swimming.
What?
All right. Everyone in the pool.
Yay! We're swimming! Woohoo! They don't have a slide in this pool. So how long do you let the meatballs go swimming?
I would do it for I would start with 15 minutes and just kind of see where your sauce is. But usually 15, because they're already cooked all the way through. We're just letting them simmer to kind of take on the, let the sauce take on a little bit of the meat flavor. Okay, do you think we need more in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see keep adding them until you can't see any sauce.
A lot of meatballs.
Oh, but we love them. We'll eat them without the spaghetti, too. We'll just eat the meatballs. Make a big meatball hoagie out of them. Ooh, do we have mozzarella?
I don't know. I have to look in the thing. All right, so it's free swim for everyone. And all of our meatballs are now in our sauce. And we're just going to let this simmer for about 15 minutes. So there it is. That's our spaghetti and meatballs.
That's spaghetti meatballs, my friend. We have to find romance in the kitchen. We have 4 kids.
Yes.
They
won't leave us alone. That's why we don't have 5.
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed this. Heather loves cooking for you guys, and we just hope that you'll enjoy all of our videos on the Goin Batty kitchen playlist. Right there, or over there, or up there, or maybe there. I don't know where it is. Anything, Dad?
Well, like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and we will leave the recipe down in the description box.
All right, more updates as we go.
Bye.